If you spend enough time on social media, and let's be real, you probably spend too much time on social media, you've likely come across some theories, and I don't mean conspiracy theories like the Earth being flat. That's not even a theory, that's just a fact. And I'm sick of people saying, oh, if the Earth is flat, how come everything we know about it makes it seem like it's not flat? Well, obviously, the Earth is in on the conspiracy. The Earth makes itself look round so that we don't realize that it's actually flat. Ever consider that, smarty pants? No, the theories I'm talking about are more focused on the aspects of human nature hidden in everyday things. And you know, I like a good theory, and I like people who have theories. It shows that they ponder over the world around them. They contemplate. I'm no stranger to theories myself. My cats being badass video is basically a bunch of theories about cats that I pulled out of my ass. The theories are what I pulled out of my ass, not the cats. I don't want any weird rumors about me to start. But the whole theory thing has gotten a bit out of hand. It seems like there's a theory for everything these days.
The taxi cab theory.
The black nail theory.
The Dorito theory.
The red string theories.
The bean soup theory.
There are even theories about theories.
I have a theory behind the bean soup thing.
But when you look into them, most of these theories are really not that insightful. The realm of social media theories is, as they say, a mile wide and an inch deep, like the world's chodiest chode. And this was never more obvious than on TikTok, where it started to feel like there was a new theory going around every time you opened the app. I'm speaking about TikTok in the past tense because I don't know if it'll still be around by the time I upload this video. And something annoying about TikTok was that a lot of people would just reference a theory but not actually explain what it was.
This whole meeting people twice theory has me reevaluating everything. If you don't know what it is, look it up.
Hey, I didn't come to TikTok to do research. Just tell me what the theory is. And just to give an idea of how trite these theories can be, hair theory is the idea
I'm not sure I understand.
No, I didn't say hey Siri, I said hair theory. Hair theory is the idea that—
I don't know what that means.
I'm not talking to you! The idea behind hair theory is that—
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
It's the idea that your hairstyle changes the way you look and are perceived by other people. Seriously, that's the theory. Like, yeah, this woman looks different when her hair is pushed to one side, or pulled back in a ponytail, or hanging down over her face. You're just stating the obvious here. Now, I think there are multiple reasons for the explosion of theories on social media. I guess you could say this is my theory. The first is that it sounds more interesting to call something a theory. Saying, I have an observation I'd like to share, isn't as attention-grabbing as saying, have you guys heard about the zipper theory? Kind of makes it sound like you're a pioneer on the frontier of human knowledge. Secondly, theory sounds more official because it implies that a lot of thought has been put into it and it's been substantiated in some meaningful way. And maybe most importantly, in the world of social media, giving something a label makes it easier to talk about and gain traction. So you're kind of incentivized to invent catchy hashtagable terms. And this goes beyond just theories. Nothing can just be an observation or an approach or a lifestyle choice anymore. It has to be a theory or an effect or a method or a core. Now, to be fair, the theories aren't all bad. There is at least some interesting food for thought in the top 1% of theories. The top 1% of theories? To me, the most interesting theories are the ones about human psychology and behavior, like the bean soup theory. This is also known as the what about me effect.
The what about me effect is when someone sees something that doesn't really pertain to them or they can't fully relate to, and they find a way to make it about them.
The name comes from a TikTok a woman made showing a bean soup recipe, and the comment section was full of complaints about beans and requests for versions of the recipe with different ingredients. But I don't like beans. I'm allergic to beans. I am a bean, and this TikTok is offensive and beanist. As far as social media theories go, this is the most unassailable one I've seen, because if you've browsed enough comment sections, it's pretty obviously true. The theory was inspired by TikTok, but man, I can tell you this is not limited to TikTok. I have seen this in all kinds of internet comment sections for years. Commenters on TikTok shared some of the examples they've seen. I was watching a video of this girl making crab rangoon dip and someone said, but I don't like crab. I see this a lot under workout vids. Constantly see comments that are like, it's ableist that you assume all your followers can do squats. There was a fruit wine creator that made wine from blueberries, strawberries, etc. and someone commented, what if I'm allergic to berries? The worst is when someone will make an appreciation post of their dad and the people will do, wow, must be nice having a dad. Look, I'm sorry, but if you don't have a dad, then you can't make my dad's soup recipe, and you're just gonna have to live with that. What do these people want? For every video to have accommodations for every type of person that might be watching? Every instructional video would be an hour long. Hey guys, I'm gonna show you how to make some grilled cheese today. Now, it's pretty simple. First, you need some bread and cheese. If you're lactose intolerant, there are dairy-free cheese substitutes. If you're gluten intolerant, there are gluten-free breads out there. So first, just turn your stove on to medium-high heat. If you don't have a stove, you can use a toaster oven. If you don't have a toaster oven, you can start a small fire outside with some leaves. So just go outside and gather some leaves off the ground. If there are no leaves on the ground, you can climb up a tree and pull some leaves off of it. If you don't have arms to climb, you can try jumping and snatching some of the leaves with your mouth. If you don't have legs either, you can ask someone nearby to just kind of pick you up and toss you up towards the leaves so you can bite them and pull them down that way. If there are no humans nearby because you're in a post-apocalyptic situation where humanity has been largely wiped out, you can roll your body down a hill at a high speed and slam into the trunk of a tree and try to knock some leaves off of it that way, and then you can start a fire with those. So next, get your cheese ready. The shopping cart theory is another one that I think is one of the better theories out there. The theory is that whether a person voluntarily chooses to return a shopping cart is indicative of their sense of civic duty and moral character. Basically, people who don't return their shopping carts are bad people. Unless they're disabled. There's an exception for disabled people. But you know what? I say that's BS. Disabled people have been getting a free ride for too long. Honestly, I think there might be something to this theory. I don't think choosing not to return a shopping cart is like some massive indictment on someone's moral character, but I do think people who care about doing little acts of responsibility like this do have a stronger sense of civic duty. Like, imagine two people walking out of a store by themselves, no kids, not in a rush, and they're the same distance from the cart return, and one of them returns a cart and the other one doesn't. Doesn't that say something about the difference between those two people? And full disclosure, I used to work at a grocery store as a teenager, so I may be a little biased here. There is a sociological effect going on with returning shopping carts. If a cart has been left stranded in the parking lot, it's way more likely that somebody else will also leave a shopping cart nearby. I remember one night seeing a group of shopping carts left out in the middle of the parking lot, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger until there were like 30 shopping carts all grouped in one spot. Some theories are interesting because they're getting at something true, but I feel like they've got it wrong.
Oh my god! I have a new dating theory. I can't credit the right person, but it was not from me. It was someone on TikTok that men date from 0. So when men meet you and start dating you, you're a 0. And you have to build up to earn them wanting to date you. Where girls date from 100. We meet you and we go, you are perfect. And then we realize all the things that get you down. God. And I've never heard anything more accurate.
We go in reverse order.
This stood out to me because I do think it reflects how some people approach dating, but I feel like it's the other way around. To me, it seems way more common for men to date starting from 100 and for women to date starting from 0.
Nice to meet you. You're my new wife now. Yeah, I just decided right now for you.
Men are more likely to start off rip-roaring and ready to go, and women are more guarded and kind of need a little more time to warm up to a new guy. In fact, I feel like some dudes start at 100 and go up from there. And I don't know if women even start at 0. I feel like women start at, is this guy a serial killer? And then once they get past that, then they start at 0. I'm painting with a broad brush, obviously, but am I wrong? Is it not the other way around more often? Also, I don't know how this works for gay people. Maybe in that case, both people start at 50 points just to even things out. But hey, that's just a theory. A gay theory. Relationship theories are especially popular, but a lot of them aren't so much theories as they are tests that you secretly subject your partner to see if they pass, like the bird theory, which states that if you point out something insignificant like a bird to your partner as if you find it interesting and your partner responds with genuine interest, then that's a sign that they're a keeper. And if they don't match your interest, then that's a red flag. And if they turn to you and say, you know birds aren't real, right? Then you need to end the relationship right then and there. I do kind of like this theory because it is getting at something real. Being responsive to what your partner is interested in is good, but how much can you determine about the overall quality of a relationship by something that small? Unless your partner has an extremely negative reaction. Who cares about stupid birds? Also, it kind of makes you seem dumb to intentionally act interested by something that's insignificant. Like if you point out a pigeon and go, ooh, look, a bird, and then your partner matches your interests, then yeah, it means they're sweet, but now they think you're a moron. The exceptions, of course, are if it's a dog, cat, or horse, in which case you're legally required to point it out and excitedly say doggy, kitty, or horsey. I don't make the rules, that's just the way it is. The orange peel theory is that if your partner is willing to do a simple task like peeling an orange for you, then that shows they love you. Because obviously the truest demonstration of your love and devotion to someone is to take 20 seconds out of your day to peel fruit for them. Someone should do a marriage proposal where they hide an engagement ring inside of an orange and then ask their partner to peel it. Peeling an orange peel is such a low bar to clear that I don't know how much it says about the quality of a relationship. And I guess someone else had the same thought because they came up with the pomegranate theory, which is that if someone is willing to prepare a pomegranate for you, they truly care about you and will go to great lengths for you, because I guess a pomegranate is relatively time consuming to prepare compared to an orange. I mean, we're talking 2, maybe even 3 minutes here, folks. I'll tell you what, if you really want to test your relationship with a fruit, ask your partner to open up and slice a coconut for you. You got to clear your schedule for the day to prepare one of those things. Some theories are more on the mystical woo-woo side of things.
The burnt toast theory states that everything happens for a reason. Imagine you're making a toast in the morning and for some reason you burn it. You get extremely mad because you were in a rush, you're gonna be late to work. In a bad mood and being mad, you make another toast, you have breakfast, and you leave to work. In that time that you were making the second toast, there was an accident on the same road that you were going to take to go to work that you could have been a part of if that first toast wouldn't have burnt.
Now there are some things I don't like about this theory, like the fact that it exists, but also this is a very zero-sum game philosophy, because in the car accident scenario, some other person got screwed over to spare you. So what this really means is that if you experience a small inconvenience in your life, you've just doomed somebody else to a terrible fate. Also, this theory implies that nothing terrible is ever going to happen to you as long as you experience minor inconveniences, which is just not true. If burning toast really did save you from danger, I would just burn my toast on purpose, and then nothing bad would ever happen to me. I'd carry a toaster around everywhere, just constantly burning toast, then I'd basically be invincible. Like, I'm perfectly safe while the rest of the world is falling apart because of all the toast I'm burning. The meet them twice theory is that if someone is meant to be in your life, you'll cross paths with them twice. And I feel like this is a theory being promoted by stalkers so they can pretend that serendipity brought them together with the person they're stalking. They're just hiding around a corner waiting for their target to get close so they can go, oh, hey! Wow, it's funny that we're running into each other again. This is so crazy. Have you ever heard of the meet them twice theory? No, I haven't. Really? Because I hacked into your TikTok account and modified your algorithm so that it would push that theory to your For You page. I mean, I didn't do that. Yeah, I don't know. I've crossed paths with the same strangers in my city many times. I don't think that's a sign from the cosmos. I think that's just a part of ordinary life. Hey, here's a theory. Your life is not a movie. Sometimes coincidences just happen. The shoe theory is that if you gift your significant other a pair of shoes, they're going to dump you.
Never get a man sneakers because they will legit take those shoes, put them on their damn feet, and walk out of your life.
I believe you because my ex bought me sneakers and I dipped.
There's no explanation for why shoes would cause your partner to leave you. I don't know if it's that shoes are such a crappy gift or they're just cursed somehow. Maybe it's that your partner already wanted to leave, but their shoes just weren't in good enough shape to walk in. So you give them a new pair and they're like, oh, finally, I can walk outside. See ya. Several people in the comment section of this TikTok corroborated this. Damn, my ex bought me shoes for Xmas and I dipped too. Xmas? More like E-Xmas. I bought him like 8 pairs and he dipped. No, for real, my ex bought me shoes and I dipped. Wow. Sneakers should be called dips when they're given to a significant other. Yeah, I got my partner a pair of dips. Just dip it. There's always new theories dropping. The new year has just started and we've already got a new theory called the never broke a bone theory, which is that a person who has never broken a bone is going to experience immense physical, emotional, and spiritual challenges.
You were born to face many mental burdens and emotions and difficulties and traumas.
This is definitely the most pessimistic theory I've come across. It's basically saying, hey, if things have been going well in your life so far, buckle up, bitch. Look, I'm not trying to say we shouldn't have any theories, but I think we need to be very judicious about what things we turn into a theory, because when everything is a theory, nothing is a theory. Hey, if you want to see me talk about another social trend, check out this video. And also hit the subscribe button to join my clubhouse. Look, I'm sorry if you don't have a dad, but my dad soup recipe is just not for you. Little dad joke there for you.